Hello and welcome back, Team Bedrock. This is your host, TNC Cuban, and today we are on the update island. Yes, our Minecraft Bedrock Edition 1.12 update is here. Oh, finally. Now, there wasn't a whole lot of changes in the actual game, but there were a lot of bug fixes. One of the biggest things that they did change is they did add in a bunch of new scripting API. However, I will say it's all in experimental gameplay. Yeah, so it's not really for full release. It's kind of still, like I said, in experimental, so probably hopefully on the next update they'll actually have a full release for the better scripting API and things will be kind of, you know, natural, I guess, or maybe meant more in regular game instead of experimental. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that they've added and changed. One of the changes that they've made was added a new wandering trader sounds, which, well, mine's in the water and I don't really hear him saying anything. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't care for these guys too much. I mean, honestly, like when they came out with the Village and Pillage update, they didn't really, I don't know, they don't really seem to be worth getting or having or useful, other than that they leave llamas everywhere and then those llamas never despawned. They've also increased the frequency and volume of ambient mob sounds made during raids to make them easier to locate. Well, that's kind of cool, because I mean that makes things a little bit easier, because I know these guys always seem to spawn inside caves and then we can never find out where the raids are. Let's see how these sounds maybe they're a little bit louder. And I don't know, they still seem about the same. So yeah, that's a thing that they do, and since these guys seem to be stuck in water, it might take a while for them to actually come over here and try and kill these villagers. Oh, maybe not. Okay, no more pillagers. But one of the other things that they did add was realm owners can now set relevant permissions for players invited to the realm, which is, you know, something that should have been there from the get-go, because I mean it's there on the servers, on the dedicated servers, you know, like on my server that I have, which you guys can definitely check out and join if you like, which is in menu, which is in the description down below. So yeah, check it out. I do have a Bedrock Edition server set up, so if you guys want to join, you guys want to play, you're definitely welcome to. Like I said, join the Discord, all the details are in there. But yeah, so like I said, in the server, dedicated servers, like those permissions are already there, and now they are officially now on the realms, which I mean, I wish I could show you, but I don't have a realm because I have a server. But let's go ahead and see if we can take a look at some of the bugs that they fixed, kind of with, you know, the game. Now, there's a lot of them, but I'm kind of going to maybe just go over some of the more important ones. One of which is improved chunk loading performance in multiplayer. Yeah, we always had issues like that on Truly Bedrock Season 0, and apparently there's some issues that we've had to on Season 1. I know where I've had chunk loading issues when going through the Nether, so I don't know if that's applicable, but I'm just gonna stop. I'll just leave it at that. So I don't know if that applies to like going through the Nether and stuff like that, but yeah, so hopefully that fixes those chunk loading issues that we've always had on the realm of Truly Bedrock. Yeah, hopefully we don't have the problems with that anymore. They also improved performance around new villages and job sites. So basically, hopefully that fixes the issue where villagers are kind of connecting to a workstation that are like thousands of blocks away. Like hopefully that fixes that, because that's like one of the biggest issues that we've had with, well, iron farms and just any villager farm. Anything that has to do with villagers and farming and kind of trying to get their workstations connected in the right spot. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. So hopefully that improved that problems and those issues, but I don't know. We'll have to definitely check it out and try it out, because it seems like most of the time the issues occurred in a multiplayer setting. So hopefully this fixes that. Another one of the gameplay fixes were fixed several related issues within gateway portals. These should now teleport the player to the correct safe location when used. Yes, that's been some issues that we've had, I think, since what, 1.9? Since we've had issues where it would basically destroy the world. Yeah. That was back in 1.9. They don't destroy the world anymore. They just might kill you now. Or not anymore anyways. Also, only players who fought in a raid now receive the Hero of the Village effect in realms, which I hope that works for also the Bad Omens, because I know Daphne Elaine, she kept getting the Bad Omen effect when she wasn't even near the raid. Yeah, definitely check out her and Slack's video where they did that, because that was just kind of odd. Speaking of mob effects, one of the other things that seemed to be fixed is the Wither no longer plays its spawning animation when reloading a world. I don't know if that applies. I'm not going to try and say that the other appletip, whatever. Yeah, I just can't seem to say that word today. But yeah, so hopefully that applies to the same issues that we've had with the Wither, where it basically becomes invincible, because that's what it does, is it will sit there and kind of replay its animated like thing over and over again, which I guess is its spawning animation according to the mob fix. So I don't know, hopefully that kind of applies to that, and you know, kind of makes it to where we can actually fight the Wither without having to worry about not dying at all and like it becoming invincible, because that's just not cool. They also fixed where mobs no longer get stuck when pathfinding on ladders, and also mobs no longer spawn inside leaves during raids. Well, can they fix where they don't longer spawn inside caves? That would be nice, because yeah, them spawning in caves was kind of, it's still, I don't know if they still do, but that it's just kind of annoying. Makes them very difficult to find, because they'll be inside of a cave that doesn't even have an opening. It could be like literally a 4x4 like cave or something bigger along those lines, and basically there'll be an entire raid in there, and then yeah, you're trying to find it like and dig through, and yeah, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. And it also looks like they fixed quite a few different like kind of trade items with the various villagers. So yeah, now the tradable items are now fixed to where it actually removes, I guess, the second item, and then also some of the trade costs and stuff has also been changed with the arrows, the butchers, the Fletchers, the Fletchers, the butchers, and it looks like some of the clerics also. So yeah, some of those trades have been fixed and repaired and kind of, improved from where it was. Strays also no longer tried to claim beds and villages for worlds converted from versions 1.10, which I think from some of the things that I've seen from other people having issues with cats and beds and stuff, is that might be part of some of the issues that we've had with iron farms. So hopefully that maybe kind of improves things. I don't know. Speaking of the iron golems, they no longer run to the world center after a village is destroyed. So I guess that's a good thing, because I know that was a thing where villagers actually and golems would just kind of wander off. So yeah, hopefully that's a kind of a thing that's moving towards better iron farms that we should hopefully be seeing soon. Hopefully we'll be able to get a bit more drop rates. Hopefully, like I said, with all these villager fixes and bug fixes, we'll be able to actually create some good iron farms. So now enough about the mobs. Now we're on to blocks. So with the blocks, they actually fixed where, I guess, the redstone ore, which I know I've had some issues where when you place the redstone ore and then you place a block next to it and it illuminates it, and then would create a problem. So now that seems to be fixed, so we shouldn't have any problems. And I think Silent said that the way he was able to fix this kind of problem that you would have would be to actually crouch place it, so that way it wouldn't kind of like place and then not place. One of the other things that they also fixed were cocoa beans now break and drop when pushed by pistons. So I can see some people trying to remake, or some people actually remaking the cocoa bean farm. That might be a thing I have to look into to kind of see if maybe there's a way that I can improve it with kind of, working with pistons and breaking those. They also fixed a couple of the sounds and stuff with the villager job blocks, but I don't think, did they include this one yet? No, I don't think we can interact with, whoops. Yeah, I don't think we can interact with that yet. No, we have no interaction menu for some of these items, but that's okay. I mean, I'm sure that's soon to come. Yeah, these you can't interact with still, which is kind of something I guess we'll just have to wait for in the next update. But another issue I know that we've had with blocks is the packed ice blocks. We can actually now break those with an efficiency 5 pickaxe. So we should be able to place these down, go into survival, and we should be able to, yeah, that's going to be nice to have, to be able to break. You see, that's going to be a lot nicer to have. I should have put Silk Touch on that. One of the other things that I've noticed is they updated the Illager banner texture, which I'm not really sure what the difference is, to be honest. But I guess it looks better. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I mean, that's an update from what it was before. I never really, I guess, paid attention too much to it the way it was before. And now they've also fixed a couple of UI menu options, basically. Some of them are achievements. Some of those are with the wandering traders and the play button with, how to play button with the cartography table. So like when you went to the cartography table before and you hit the question mark button, it would take you somewhere other than the cartography table, which I think is... Yeah, okay, it's talking about the map. Yeah, I can't remember what it would take you to before, but I did notice that it wouldn't quite show you the how to play navigation thing correctly. So yeah, that's been fixed. But they also said they fixed a few things with the achievements. However, I will say that on my achievements, I tell you what, I've completed a lot of these achievements, but it seems to like say that I haven't completed some of them. Like triggering a raid pillager raid. I've done that. I know I have. And also feed a dolphin fish to have it lead you to treasure. I'm sure I've done that too also, because that's usually the way I go looking for treasure anyways. Also the supersonic, I know I've done that more than once, flying through a 1x1 gap while moving faster than 40 milliseconds? 40 meters per second? Meters per second. Okay, yeah, I was reading that wrong. And then there's also on a rail, travel by a minecart to a point at least 500 meters in a single direction from where you started. I know I've done that way back in the day. Same thing with Iron Belly. Yeah, a lot of these achievements, I don't know why they get reset, but it's like I have to do them over again. Yeah, this consistently seems to happen, so I just don't worry about them anymore. And then they also have a few things that they've changed with the add-ons and the scripting engine. Like I said, most of the stuff that a lot of people are kind of interested in is basically going to be in the experimental gameplay. So yeah, where there's custom crafting, where there's like custom blocks, custom mobs and stuff like that. All that fancy stuff that people have been maybe showing on, videos, or maybe not talking about in certain videos. Like I know what Dan Robs Probs has been doing with trying to create a Sky Factory map for Bedrock Edition, which I would be ecstatic to play whenever he does release that, other than just to his patrons, because I know he's running some experiments with his patrons now. So yeah, basically that is something that is going to be hopefully in the 1.13 where it's no longer experimental. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do a lot more and see a lot more cool like mods and stuff with that. So without any further ado, that's all I have for you guys today. If you do make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to keep yourselves up to date with the latest updates that come out in Minecraft that I always try to post for you guys. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.